Alrighty, so this is 2018 test for the 8th graders. I'm going to continue on question 22. Remember, I'm skipping the shape questions and I'll put them at the end. Alright, question 22. It says put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So what do y'all know about least to greatest? I hope you recognize ordering. You're going to need to make a list, and you're going to do sort A list 1, or you could do sort D list 2. And what is, I'm sorry, that's off screen. And wouldn't this one be ascending? And wouldn't that be least to greatest? And isn't that one descending? Wouldn't that one be greatest to least? All true. So which one do they want? Least to greatest. So they want the original. So they're wanting this one. So you're going to need to make a table, right? You're going to need to write the decimal. You're going to need to rank them. And then you need to check with the calculator. You need to be careful. And careful as in, where do you put the parenthesis? Where do you not put the parenthesis? So that's kind of the game plan. So I'm going to make a table. You know, I thought about putting the table up here, but it's kind of tight in that corner, so I just made one down here. Easy enough. How do you get the repeat bar in the calculator? So I'm going to go to Stat Edit. Remember, I'm in Calculator TI-83 Plus. So I'm going to type in negative 5.17. What does that bar on top mean? Repeat. So why don't you just type in a bunch of 17s? Yep, that looks like repeat to me. Push enter. There you go. Perfect. How do you type that in? How about negative 26 divided by 5? That's pretty easy. How about square root 33? Where do you close the door? At the end. Isn't the bottom right here? Close the door right there. And then 37 divided by 6. That's pretty simple too. Before you start shifting everything around, you probably need to write this down. So I've got 5 points, and I'm going to round mine to money. So $5.17, and that's negative. I got $5.20, and that's negative. I got 5.74. That's positive, and I got $6.16. You may not be great at the negatives, but you better be awfully great at those positives. So if it's doing least to greatest, wouldn't one of these two be last? I think that one's last because it's the greatest. So I can tell you that one's 4th place and that one's 3rd place. Between these two, who's farthest left? 17 cents or 20 cents? Now, if you guess wrong, you're going to get it wrong. So we're going to use a calculator to make sure, but I can tell you this one is 3rd place and this one is 4th place. So go check your answers. Is that 3rd and 4th? Yes. Is that one 3rd and 4th? Yes. Is that answer 3rd place? No. Is this answer 3rd place? No. So at least I've got down to 2. It's either one of these two. By the way, it happens to be H. So I'm going to go back to the calculator. You want at least to greatest, so go Stat, and I'm going to do sort A. That's 2. List 1, close the door, enter. It says done, so go back and see what it done. And it put negative 5.2 first. So that makes this one first and this one second, and that explains why they picked H. Remember, your pencil's worth 50 points, your calculator's worth 50 points. If you use them together, there's your 100 points, your $100. One or the other will only get you a 50. The together gives you the 100, and that's what you're looking for. Let's do another question. Question 23. Is that y1, y2, y not? Now, if you're not from my class, that won't make any sense. The rest of you better know the answer to that. Does it have an equal sign? Yes. Does it have something on the left? Yes. Does it have something on the right? Yes, it does. So you're going to put this in y1, and you're going to put this in y2, and you're going to solve. Could I do that by hand? Yes, and I will. But my calculator's good at it. Actually, it's really good at it. My pencil? Average. But the calculator, if you put it in right, it'll always become right. And right now we need right. So calculator, and I'm going to type in 2x plus 3. And what if that wasn't an x? Then make it x. I don't care what letter they pick. Now, that is minus 4. When you type it in, you have to put minus 4. That is an add sign. Now, I do know it means negative 4, but that's not what it says. It says minus 4. There is a difference. So my windows are probably at 10s. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's go see. Push graph. If it crosses on the screen, and it's crossing right here, it'll work. Now honestly, it doesn't cross. It gets close. I want to make my window bigger. How about negative 20, positive 22, negative 20, positive 22. I'm going to regraph it. I should see where the x crosses. Right there's your answer. And I can tell you you're looking for x, and I can tell you it's negative because it's right here is negative. So then second trace, 5 because intersection, 3 enters, 1, 2, 3, negative 7. So on your griddable, I don't think I have enough. So I think there's a decimal here. I want negative 7 in money. Why? Because we don't have any time for mistakes anymore. So that's going to be $7. And you mark the negative. So you have to bubble the negative. You have to bubble the 7. And you need to bubble the 0 and the 0. Yes, very much. If you don't bubble those, it won't be wrong. If you don't bubble that, it's wrong. And if you don't bubble that, it's wrong. I prefer negative $7, and you'll put your decimal in the right place. Just negative 7, I don't trust your decimal places too well. I want it that way. Next, question 24. Some investors got this much money to put in a life insurance policy interest. Hey, I think that's going to be obviously simple interest. Just a wild guess. So if that's simple interest, isn't that I equals PRT? Remember, you're doing a brain dump. And so I want to see what this looks like. And so that one's simple interest. This one's compound interest. So that one's simple. That one's compound. You'd have to read to see which one they want. So investor has this much money in his life insurance policy, pays this much interest. By the way, this is your rate. This is your P. If no additional investments are made into the policy, how much accumulated interest should be he expect at the end of 10 years? Accumulated means all. And he's doing simple interest. So we'll just do simple interest and hope we get it right. I equals PRT. And remember, I is money, but it's not all your money because that's not an A. That's some of your money. This is money, that's a percent, and that's in years. So let's go find money. I need an equal sign there. That would be 2,500, no commas. What's the rate? 8.5 divided by 100. Probably 0.085. And then how long? 10 years. Type that on the home screen. So I typed mine in on the home screen. There's your 2,500. There's your 8.085, and then there's your 10. 2125, answer is G. Now, question 25 is a shape. Again, I'm going to skip that one for us. Now, I will tell you this. 3 ice cream cones fits in one cylinder, and I can prove it. Read the formula. It says 1/3. That means 3 of these fits in one big one, for sure. Next. Situations. Now, I kind of like these. For those who are going, that's a lot of reading. It is, but I'm a good skimmer, so let's read. Do you see that X right there? Doesn't that mean per? Do you see that X right there? Doesn't that mean per? So the 7 and the per need to be together, and the 10 and the per need to be together. And this is somebody, and this is somebody else. And this one has +1, and this one doesn't. Because isn't that going to be like the phi? So remember, you got y equals mx plus b. That's going to be slope. How do you know? It's right beside x. So what does that mean? 7 is the slope. It's right beside x. What is 10? Slope. It's right beside x. And what is b? B is a phi, said the yellow bumblebee. And that phi could also be a starting point where I start you at this place because you're older, younger, taller, whatever. All right, let's read. Somebody ran at a constant rate, 7 miles per hour, 7 miles per. I'm going to go ahead and mark that for me. Candace ran at a constant rate at 10 miles per and started 1 mile in front of the starting point. Well, you've got 7 per, period, and then Candace has the 10x plus 1. So see, I think the 1 goes here, but if I give this one +1, I could give this one -1, and that'd be about the same. This one's almost right. I'm going to hold that, maybe. Next one. He plays a game where he scored 8 points per hour. Okay, here's x. Yes? Isn't that 8x? Do you have an 8x up there? Don't pick this one then. Next. Somebody went in 2 different amusement parks. The first day charged $7 per hour. There's your x. And a 1% discount. First of all, what does 1% look like? 0.01. Do you have a 0.01 up there? No. And what does discount mean? Subtract. Do you have a subtract sign up there? Okay, this one's wrong twice. Next one. Somebody rode his bicycle on 2 different days. The first day he did 7 miles per meow, and then the 1. And then the second day he did 10 miles per meow. So these are match. This one's a good one too. They're both matching. The question is, where does the 1 belong? Does that 1 belong with the 7 or does it belong with the 10? Now you got to realize this is happening and you have an extra mile. This one's just 10 miles per hour. So not only does he have to do 7 miles an hour, he's actually 1 mile behind. And that one's just 10 miles an hour. The answer is going to be J because it says 7 miles per hour and he started 1 mile from his house. So he's going to have to travel 1 mile before he even gets to his house. And then from his house, he's going to travel farther. The other one, he started from his house, so that's plus 0. Again, answer J. Next one. Now, it's asking you to find the length of QR. Now, here's what's interesting about QR. Did you know you could do this? Hey, I think that's a right triangle. Would this be A, maybe for height? This could be B for base, and this could be C. Could be. What else do you know? Maybe the formula? And how tall is A? Well, you get this thing called count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, make sure you count right. It's really embarrassing when you don't. 1, 2, 3 is the bottom. And the hypotenuse? Can't count them. What's 5 squared? 25, because 5 times 5 is 25. What's 3 squared? 9, because 3 times 3 is 9. What's 25 plus 9? How about 34? How do you undo a square? Square root, maybe? That's kind of cool. So, you're going to go over your calculator, type in the square root 34, close the door, push enter, and I'm going to try again. The square root 34, you get 5.83. Guess what? I like choice A. That one's really nice. What makes this one harder? You got to count your own squares. That shouldn't make it harder. That should make it the same. Question 28. Ticket sales for a concert start at 4 o'clock. The table shows the linear relationship between these. Which function can be used to find y, the number of tickets remaining since 4 o'clock? Is this a table? It is. And is this possibly x? Could this possibly be, I don't know, y? Maybe. Let's see if we can figure that out. X hours. Well, hours. Y is the number of tickets. Hey, I'm a pretty good guesser. You wouldn't by chance want to put this in list 1, list 2, and do len reg. So len reg list 1, list 2, y1. Possibly. Well, I typed them all in. There's my calculator. So I'm going to do stat calculate 4 is len reg, list 1, comma, list 2, comma, and you need y1, and that's under vars, yvars, enter, enter, enter. And if you go to the y equals, it'll have your equation wrote. So I need negative 3,000x. That's either the last two. Plus 15,000. That's choice J, and it's just that simple. So if you read question 29, you get a square, perimeter, 20 units, dilated, that's a keyword, and then 0.4 is your scale factor. So you're having just to match the equation. You don't have to do the work. Isn't dilated kind of like a diet? And isn't a diet the big little thing? And isn't that a D for divide and multiply only? And wouldn't that be if you multiply by something bigger than 1, it gets bigger, and if you multiply by less than 1, it gets smaller? And tell me your thoughts on 0.4. Is 0.4 smaller than 1 or bigger than 1? That's 40 cents. It's smaller than 1. So, which one of these is going to give you that answer? Do we add? Not hardly. We're multiplying, dividing. Is it 0.4 or 20? 0.4. Answer's B. That's the perimeter. That got nothing to do with it. Catch the next video.